This is one of those small things that can turn simple, mundane plays into buckets for you and your team. And I guarantee you, it'll help you get at least 2 to 3 more drives per game. It's called a stampede, and it looks like this. And the reason why it's called a stampede, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is a literal stampede, and it's kind of how you're catching the ball and attacking the defense on something like this. It's not a perfect analogy, but sounds cool. And while this looks easy, it's not. You got to know when to do it, as well as how to do it safely without traveling, getting out of control, and all that. So we'll dive into it all right now. Let's get it. So first off, there are 3 main reasons you look to get into a stampede. Number 1 is getting a head start into a gap. Number 2 is getting a head start on a defender. And number 3, and low-key my favorite, is creating an angle to attack. We'll go over each one and then talk about the skills you need to develop to really take advantage of this. So first one, getting into a gap. If you feel like you already have an angle on a defender like here, or you got a wide open lane in general, sometimes, especially at high levels, waiting for the ball to get to you before taking off will simply take too long. So if you get a head start on that drive by really attacking the ball, it shaves off this extra half second or so of waiting, and this closeout here is going to be behind now. And it's just about really being conscious of when you have an angle or a lane to attack into, and then just being eager to get into that as quickly as possible. And this can be subtle too, just coming to the ball a little bit on a 3-pointer to make sure that this closeout is as long as possible. Second is creating a momentum advantage or a head start on a defender. So even if you don't have this initial angle, stampeding can help you create some early momentum that, like right here, helps you attack with a head of steam that's tough to stop as a defender, especially if they're closing out. And if you're in control enough here to attack with speed, but also not get too sped up and maintain composure, this is a hell of an advantage to have, especially compared to just catching at a standstill and then attacking. Third and final is the most fun, creating an angle. So on all of these, they start off without an advantage. It's usually a pretty straight line from this defender out to the offensive player. But by attacking the pass and kind of meeting it halfway, they're now creating these driving angles with momentum downhill. Now the defender has to turn and sprint rather than playing it straight up. And the thing is, defenses usually don't expect this timing, where the offensive player is leaving before they catch. So they're quite often pretty behind on these. Hence why a lot of these guys are getting these nice driving lanes here. And even if they get cut off, like we talked about, now they have the momentum advantage, but also an angle advantage, and it's over. So let's talk about some skills you've got to develop to get good at stampeding. The first skill that's an absolute must is being able to accelerate from a standstill, and doing this at different angles. Sometimes you'll have momentum like this, maybe you're running down the court, but other times you'll be coming from a standstill like this, and we'll have to super quickly with these first 2 or 3 steps speed up to get into the stampede. Obviously, this is something that we can train with more general acceleration drills like these, making sure that these first 2 to 3 steps are the focus, and then we're starting from different, tougher positions, not just standard Excel starts. Number 2 sounds stupid, but it's actually just catching and controlling the ball, which when you're attacking the ball like this and focusing on that next step is underrated. So getting repetition working on this at full speed with quick passes is a must. And third, you got to make sure you're putting the ball on the ground quickly and fluidly, so you're not traveling, but you're also not slowing down. And this part can be tough. Here's how we kind of walked through it when we first introduced it to my guy Manny.
It was good, it just needs to look more fluid, which is fine. Yeah, like the thing is you're going here and the ball ends up like back here, which slows you down. You're literally trying to push it out. Yep, to get better. But try to get some like diagonal momentum going this way. Literally trying to catch, so it's a 2-part motion. It's catch and then push out, but doing that as quickly as possible. So as you're catching, it's like catch, push out here. Not bad. I'll close out on you. We'll play closeout ones off of this for like 2 minutes. Not bad. Yeah, better. See how quick that was? Trust it. But the big key here is that you get momentum beforehand, because if you catch and have to restart yourself, it's tough. You have to be like carrying momentum into it. Yes, better. A lot of times what you'll see is to use the momentum of the ball already, you'll catch and then just push out with this hand. So it'll be like a push cross, but you're just using that momentum of the ball to push out this way. Catch, push. Yes, better. Oh, I missed.
And finally is getting good attacking with speed or with that momentum advantage. This is something that gives us an inherent advantage in these situations. But actually training these situations when you have this speed and you have this space is important to be able to take advantage of these, especially if you're going to see a few of these a game. So hopefully a new tool just got added to your toolbox. Maybe you already knew this, but now you kind of have a better direction of how to train it. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it works when you apply it. Go get to work.